Hey, I bet you can't sort like this. 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 Hey, 1, 2, 3 to the 4. Walking down the hall, second square on the floor. Keeping it hush so I don't disturb. And I keep it clean just like Listerine. I'm so respectful that when I'm eating lunch, I follow directions. In the seat with my hands to myself. Keep a low voice so I'm not too loud. On the bus, not being too goofy. Sitting down, chilling with the homies right by me. Not too loud so I get home safely. Always saying that I can sew a baby. I ain't loopy, I know what the truth be. Sewing in the restroom and being outstanding. My hands get a good wish-washy. And when I leave, I make the toilet go flushy. So every day when I'm at school, I know that I can keep it real cool. By being safe and respectful. Outstanding and accountable. I bet you can't sort like this. Bet you can't sort like this. Bet you can't sort like this. I bet you can't sort like this.
Good morning, boys and girls. This is Mr. Ogburn here, and today we're going to continue to talk about building relationships and making friends at Norton Park and in your classrooms. So just as a reminder, building a relationship means to develop friendships in a respectful and trusting manner. So when we try to develop these friendships, our main goal is to be respectful. And a lot of the times our teachers ask us to work in groups or work with a partner. And many times, sometimes we don't get along with our friends and our classmates. So I really want you to work hard this week, collaborating and working with the people around you, your friends and your classmates. And here are some tips on what working with a partner or a group looks like. So when your teacher looks at you working with a partner, this is what she or he should see. She should see one student talking and all the other students listening. Your bodies should be in control. That means we shouldn't be touching each other, shouldn't be hitting or throwing objects at each other. It also means that all the group members should be participating. If you see one of your group members not participating, I want you to bring them in and ask them a question. Give them a task to do. It also should look like students huddle close together. That means one student shouldn't be off on the other side of the room while the other students are working together. Collaboration also sounds like one person talking at a time. It also should be using kind and positive words. You should say things like, "That's a great idea," or "Let's give that a try." Always using those nice and kind words when we're working with each other. It also means to have a calm and quiet voice. And you should also stay on topic. Don't talk about things that happened over the weekend or at your birthday party. Talk about what your teacher asked you to talk about. So today we're going to read this book called Once Upon a Cool Motorcycle Dude. And I want you to see what these two students did when they were encountered with a group project and had to work together. This book is written and illustrated by Kevin O'Malley and Carol Heyer, and also illustrated by Scott Doto.
For our library project, we were supposed to tell you our favorite fairy tale, but we couldn't agree on which story was the best, so we just made one up. I'll begin the story.
My beginning is better, but go ahead.
Once upon a time, in a castle on a hill, there lived a beautiful princess named Princess Tenderheart. Every day, Princess Tenderheart would play with her 8 beautiful ponies. She named them Jasmine, Nimble, Sophie, and Polly, and Penny, and Sunny, and Monica. Her favorite pony of all was called Buttercup.
Please don't call him Buttercup. Call him Ralph or something.
One night, a terrible thing happened. A giant came and stole away poor little Jasmine. All the other ponies cried and cried, but Princess Tenderheart cried hardest of all. It was very sad.
Oh, please. Get a grip, princess.
The very next night, the giant came and took Nimble and Sophie. Princess Tenderheart cried all day and refused to eat. Her father, the king, hired all the princes he could find to protect the ponies, but night after night another pony was stolen away. The poor princess just sat in her room and turned straw into gold thread. She cried and cried and cried. When only Buttercup was left, Princess Tenderheart thought her heart would break. Oh, who would protect Buttercup?
That's it. I can't take it anymore. I'll tell the story from here. Dudes. One day, this really cool muscle dude rides up to the castle on his motorcycle. He says he'll guard the last pony if the king gives him all the gold thread that the princess makes. The king says okay, and the dude sits and waits for the giant.
As if he's not even cute or anything.
So that night, the giant heads up to the castle. Man, this giant was an ugly dude. He was big and mean, and he had 4 teeth in his mouth that were all rotten and yellow and black. And his breath smelled like rotten, moldy, stinky, wet feet.
That's just gross.
He needs 8 ponies to make a tasty pony stew, and he only has 7. So that night, he goes to steal the last horsey. The muscle dude has this really big sword. The giant and the dude battled all over the place. The earth was shaking, and there was lightning and thunder, and volcanoes were exploding. It was huge.
Volcanoes? Where'd the volcanoes come from?
Night after night, the giant comes back, but the dude beats him. Night after night, the princess makes gold thread and gives it to the dude. He gets really rich. The end.
That's it? The princess just sits around making thread?
Yep.
I don't think so. I'll tell you what happened, Bubba. Princess Tenderheart goes to the gym and pumps iron. She becomes Princess Warrior. Very cool. She tells the dude to make his own thread. So that night, the princess has this huge and tremendous battle. The giant runs back to his cave. The end. And the dude just sits there making gold thread.
Nuh-uh. See, this is what really happened. The dude makes this really cool blanket out of the gold thread, and when he puts it over his head, he turns invisible. Then he goes to rescue the ponies. You can't see me. You can't see me.
See us. The princess goes with him.
Fine. The dude and the princess get into this big fight over who gets to free the ponies. The giant hears voices and gets so scared he jumps off the cliff. Cool!
So the princess and the prince fall in love.
Who said he was a prince? And what's this stuff about love?
They get married on a beautiful spring day, and then they have a baby. It was the most beautiful baby girl.
Nuh-uh. It was a boy.
It was a girl.
The end. So students, I hope you enjoyed Once Upon a Cool Motorcycle Dude. Your teachers are now going to discuss with you how to be a good group member and how to collaborate effectively and how to get along with your friends when you're working with each other in class. And so remember, I want you to soar throughout the week and have a great day.